All right, sorry about that. I didn't have my audio on. Anyways, thank you, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gap. Duluth will be here in probably 7 to 10 to 20 minutes. And it's starting out with Monday Night Mommy, it looked like. And now we've got Io Sky, who hasn't had a wrestling match since right before Hulk Hogan retired, I think. Oh, but this is your champion. People wanted this. This being a champion, this NXT superstar. Anyways, that's where we're at. I appreciate you for joining us. I guess I can bring the chat over here so I can actually see it. That way I can read what you guys are saying. Sophie, hi, how, kind of a surprise. It's not a surprise to me. But yes, I can see it being a surprise. There's a big baby in the crowd. Who brings a big baby head to the crowd? Then Chris says, hey guys, she is not here, the other guy. And then Rhea would look so hotter without that makeup. Yes, absolutely. And we agree on that every time we talk about that. She looks fantastic. It'd be cool if she does end up joining that Terrifier. I would definitely love to see that. Then Walter says, hi, Travis. And I say hi, Walter, back to him. And hopefully you stick around. Dee will be here probably in about 15 minutes. She got off work at 6 p.m. Eastern. She speaks better English than I do Japanese, that's for sure. But it's still not a great promo. I mean, Asuka does it okay, but seriously. My lovely partner just got off work. She'll be here. She just got off work, though, so it's kind of a harder thing. Because she gets off here locally at 4 o'clock. And it's summer. If it was wintertime or school was in or whatever, she would be at, or not school, sorry, the accounting stuff. Anyways, if it was wintertime, it's busier because of the season, and then the stuff would happen, and it would be 5 o'clock, maybe even 6 o'clock. But since it's summertime, it's all good. Oh, and then Chris says, Raw being an early, isn't it just super weird? Rhea got to talk to her all slow, which makes sense. I mean, she is from a different country. I can't even understand people that speak English, so I definitely understand that. What happens at Evolution stays at Evolution. So, obviously, Io's going to win that match. Is it going to be clean? Because there's no way they're taking it off Io already. Maybe they're just setting it up to have Io versus Rhea at SummerSlam. And then Evolution won't have a clean ending. It'll be some sort of chaos or something. Hopefully Rackrod is done with Rhea. But why would Rhea be done with her when she cost her? I don't know. Maybe. Whatever. Yeah. Definitely. It's so weird watching the Monday Night Raw in the afternoon. Although I'm not opposed to it, other than I have to do it by myself for a little while. But it's actually kind of cool, because it's going to be over by the time it normally starts, or right around the time it normally starts. Ah! He's got a doctor's note. Just like we used to take to school. Because of absences. Aha! Doctor's orders. So if A for Apple, J for Jalopy was to touch Dominik in any way, even inappropriately, he would never get a title match. It looks like he touched his chest right there. Yeah, doctor said he's a punk ass. Love that AJ's got readers on. That's fucking hilarious. I don't know why that's so funny to me. But they're real. Like, you can... Uh-oh. He's got a doctor's note, AJ! Goddamn AJ. There's a rumor that they are going to hold a battle royal at Evolution with the winner getting a champion. Oh my god. Fucking really? Another pre-pay-per-view match that gets you a title shot? That's so weird. And is Sophie, just offhand, do you know if the title shot's an Intercontinental, US, or one of the World Championships? Ooh, they're in Britsburg. Do you think Brit's gonna show up? Little Baker experience. Dennis shows up, starts fixing people's teeth. You think this is early? Wait till the episodes of Raw in Australia. Dude, I'm dreading it, and I probably won't do it if they do it live. Which they probably will, because it's on freaking Netflix, so why wouldn't you just do it live? Oh, God. Wingstop. Get your wings for 20 bucks. Every time I get Wingstop, it's like $100. I don't know who's getting shit for $20. Bring the juice, oos. So, has anyone seen these bottles of the Minute Maid? Do they really have the wrestlers on them? Because I need all three of them if that's the case. And is there more and they just show the three? He's filling a little horse. Literally touching a horse. I guess I'm not on my normal app where I can actually watch this through the commercials. It's slippery. Hopefully I didn't lose my spot because I have no idea what channel I was just on. Hello, Governor. Let's see. Is there some race on today or something? Anyways, I don't see any. Yeet. Just yeet. Don't forget to yeet. Girls, they just want to have fun. Sorry, I'm just listening to music in my ear. Auto parts. Dude, when I was a kid, I loved commercials almost as much as I loved what was on TV. It's kind of weird. And I memorized commercials and shit when I was a kid. Well, also when I was an adult. Yeah, it sounds like she's here. I can hear her bass. Boom, 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 boom. She's driving down the road. In her big SUV. Jacked up with the big old tires on it. It's goofy. But she is here. She's probably surprised I'm even on the air. Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano. July 11th. That's going to be a busy weekend. Hello, Governor!
Hello.
You almost matched my energy. Are you coming?
What is it?
Are you coming in here? You were in the perfect spot, now you moved.
Oh, you're right back. Then I have to go pee. Why did you leave our door? So you can get half down here?
Oh, we got the New Day. Hi, buddy. Did you have fun outside? Did you have a gay time? Were you having some gay? Oh, God. Okay. Uh-oh. The New Day versus the Judgment Day. Day versus day. Remember in the old days they used to have nights like the Midnight Express? Now it's just all day. They should call it Judgment Night. Judgment Night. The Judgment Night. The new night. Okay, don't do that. That sounds terrible. All right, and then you think it's early to wait till... Oh, yeah. And then what the fuck is Xavier wearing under underwear now? Yeah, he's wearing the smaller stuff. They call it his small clothes. He's wearing it under his vest. Xavier Woods. Oh, look what he's doing. That's why he's doing it. That's awesome.
Who was it?
Oh, Xavier Woods doing a little tribute to Razor Ramon. I don't see a toothpick, but... Ayo. Eat, sleep, breathe. Okay, there's the bell. We got Kofi Kingston in there with Finn Balor. What the fuck? Why was he trying to hand him bread? Oh, I see. That's mean to do to him. He offered him a nice toasty snack. That's dick move. They call that dick move in the industry. I don't even know you had a pink wrestling gab shirt. Oh, that's red. It looked pink.
I do have a pink one.
Are you upset? You seem like you were raging like a bull.
I was just trying to hurry.
You look like a bull. Like with the...
Because I was hurrying?
Brushing your feet back.
Because I was hurrying?
Yeah. So, anyways, Finn Balor hasn't had carbs in weeks. I guess he's cutting.
Oh.
And Kofi Kingston tried to give him a piece of bread.
That's funny.
And he smacked it out of his hand.
He got gluten all over himself.
He said, my discipline is more important. Sorry. I was reading.
It's fine. I'm glad you're reading. Got it. There you go. And there. Yep. Okay, you're good. Alright, hey everybody.
Hello!
I got here as fast as I
Whoa.
could.
Did you see that?
That
Magic.
it moved?
Yeah, magical.
Yeah. The traffic and lights did not.
Oh, it's fine.
It did not even remotely, like, be cooperative.
You've left there at this time before, because you've called me at this time.
I know, but it wasn't cooperative.
At weed time.
Cooperative trying to get the fuck through the freaking stupid people and lights and slow-ass bitches.
You don't even need to worry about it. It was fine.
Although
we don't have people in here, but that's because you weren't here. I'm sure...
We have people in here because I was gone.
No, Ravi and Pickle will show up now. They're not here when I'm here by myself.
So it was like, welcome back, T. Thanks, Sophie. I made it. Woo!
right to the back. It started out with Rhea Ripley.
What was she doing?
She was talking. And then Io Sky showed up and came in and challenged her for a title match. She's the champion, by the way, which makes zero fucking sense. But anyway, so the champion came in and
came out and
chose Rhea
as
her opponent at Evolution.
Jesus. So she came out and made a match for herself?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Like, how backwards do you have to be?
She doesn't know what's going on.
That's so weird.
You know she hasn't wrestled since she won it? She's never defended it.
Of course she hasn't. It's fucking gay, man. I know she hasn't. Because I keep forgetting who the fucking champion is.
Oh, look. I told you.
People, like, you're hurting Travis's feelings.
I'm like...
By not being here when he's here.
I'm like, when I'm by myself, they're not here.
He needs help.
But the second
Don't you understand? He needs way more help than you realize. He needs entertainment. He needs babysitting.
I had the chat, so I could have read it.
He needs people. And Robbie's there too. Oh my god, you guys. Prove Travis right. How dare you? You motherfuckers. How fucking dare you?
She doesn't like when I'm right.
Somebody says, for some reason, I thought you wouldn't be coming on today because how early it's going to be on. Yeah. Well, you're just lucky. I'm on, like, summer hours.
I already said
and stuff,
this.
So.
All been taken care of.
So. It just takes a minute to get here. Like, 20! Literally. 20 minutes, basically. It's ridiculous.
She just pulled out of my
Literally. 20 minutes.
20.
Literally.
Oh.
Pickle is now in the chat, so is Robbie. Pickle says, I've been here just waiting, or what they call in Twitch circles, lurking. Yeah, we used to call it that back in the day, too, where you lurked. It was a thing. Robbie says, what up, Fraz? At least this ish is early for me. Hell yeah, you can, like, get some real sleep tonight. Pickle says, Champ calling the shots. Robbie says, Travis can hold it down. And people is like, we like hearing your voice, D. Whatever. My annoying fucking voice.
That one. That's it.
It's all nasally and weird sounding. Nobody likes that. Robbie's like, fly on your magic carpet, D, like your boy Aladdin. Really? Not Aladdin. He can show you the world, bitch.
I can show you the world. You know, I didn't even know that was an Aladdin song until you just said that. I've heard it before, obviously. I didn't know that was that. But it is him, because that's when they get on the carpet.
A whole new world.
Fantastic point of view. I don't know all the words.
Me neither. I don't know that one. I know the tune, but I don't know all the words. It's been a minute.
I just like the one.
Well, Pico says, oh, you want to know what the most annoying sound in the world is?
Aww. Lloyd, Lloyd, Lloyd.
I've heard that from a show, documentary about some guys that decided to drive across country to Colorado. Oh, Robbie's like, your laugh has me. It's hilarious. I know, it's fun to make fun of. Because says mocking bird.
Yeah.
Mocking
yeah.
bird. Because like, it's karaoke night at the Gab. If you give me the Disney songs from the, like, really old school princess movies, I can sing them.
Wow, I couldn't. I don't even, first of all, I can't because I don't even know them.
I used to be able to tell you which song was which princess.
Oh, you don't anymore?
Probably not. I mean, I could probably. It might come back to my brain, but...
Which one's Maleficent's song? That's
Sleeping
Beauty. Is there one with, what's his name? Rumpelstiltskin? Or did they not do one Disney?
No. Didn't really include him. Except for Shrek.
I just think of this.
That wasn't
the
Disney.
spinning wheel, because Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty's spinning wheel.
Uh-huh. And she pricks her finger on it.
Her music, when she goes up to the castle and it's a room full of spinning wheels, she'll prick her finger on the will. She cursed her.
Yeah. I don't remember which one I've seen.
And then when she's all cursed, because she's supposed to do it no matter what, because when she turns 16, and she's like, it all turns kind of like greenish, and it, like the music like still gives me chills.
And she's like in a zone, like a sleeper.
Yeah, you gotta like music for that kind of shit.
I know, it's funny because we talked about this during that UFC pay-per-view. That I don't think of shows with music. I don't think of the music. I don't relate them. Except for obviously a couple. But I couldn't do, like right this second, I couldn't do the Imperial March. I know it. Yeah, that. But all I have is Jaws. And, yeah. I know that one. And then Halloween. And then the high pitch ears.
Ear splitting.
I fucking hate the 80s and 70s. Like, their movies I love, but the music, oh damn. Like, whose idea was it to make Scarface and put the highest pitch they could possibly find every time he got mad?
It was so like,
because it makes you mad, maybe? Like,
maybe. They're like, we want you to feel the inside of madness.
Every time
like anger deep inside.
Every time he'd get mad, it would... You're like, fuck. Love the movie. I could watch that movie 1,000 times in a row. I could watch it 1,000 times in, like, I'll say 6 months.
Travis is like, on mute.
But I can't watch the motherfucker with the volume on at certain... Every time he gets mad.
Ooh, he almost got him. Who's gonna win? The New Day gonna keep gold? They're gonna give it to the Judgment Day for Finny Pants and Mr. Big Head?
No.
It's the New Day's gonna keep it for a minute or two?
It's probably over now.
Oh no! Oh,
Well,
Finn's like, I'm too good for you, bitch.
Yeah, so... yeah, no. The high pitching. And he does it with his mom. That scene, he does it, and he's not mad, he just...
So...
And then, obviously, the other scenes, like, where his best friend, basically his brother, marries his sister, and they did it legally, and then he kills him because he didn't know. He thought they were just sleeping together.
Yeah, instead of just telling him that, because they were worried about his wrath. They were worried about his wrath for marrying, but him thinking he was just fucking his sister was worse.
Yeah.
Like,
if you would have said, hey, look, we got married.
Here's the paperwork. Here, it's legit, I promise.
I bought her a house. Like, we're going to do this the right way. He had been pissed and left.
Oh, hell yeah, he would have been mad as hell, but he wouldn't have killed anybody.
Yeah. And
He
then
might have smacked him around a little bit, but he wouldn't have killed him.
And then they'd be normal in a week and a half once he realized that it's fine.
Yep. And if he was so worried, you literally cut your friend out of all the crap and tell him to go live a normal life. Get out of the thing.
Security.
I know, but
yeah.
You know what I mean.
And then of course
if he's so worried about his sister and her well-being and not
then
wanting
he gets
it to
killed because he killed his head of security,
and
who would have who would have watched the monitors. Well, he would have watched the monitors and he would have known that shit was happening.
I know.
I don't know. That doesn't mean shit. I don't think they could have won or anything. But
yeah. Robbie says it definitely was going to a whole new world if Dee wasn't on stream tonight. Robbie also says, I don't know Disney songs apart from some Jungle Book. That's fine.
Yeah,
I really don't expect most people to even care about the songs of Disney. The only reason why a lot of people will know Disney is, one, like if you play an instrument of any kind, usually that's music you end up playing somehow.
Like Fantasia.
And two, if you watched them, like, it's what sticks in your head the most, rather than a lot of stuff.
My sister's the same way, though, because, like, if... You know how in the beginning of movies, I can do it with one, Pitch Perfect, and it's like the planet, the Earth.
Yeah, the Earth coming out.
Please don't stop that. Please don't stop that music. It's like,
they did it.
Oh God!
I told you.
Tag Team Champions of the World.
Mr. Big Head and Finn Balor won.
He's got a huge cranium, but now he's got a huge belt around his waist.
I wonder why they did that.
Because the girls have it.
Oh, I thought it was for different reasons.
Because Triple H likes the boys.
Pigmentation issues.
Oh, fuck. I always forget that. I forget that he's racist.
It's now very prominent in my mind, so every time I'm like, they're not going to keep it. Anyways, let's see. Pico says, were you ever fans of the Once Upon a Time TV show? You know, I never watched it, but I just don't watch a lot of, like, regular TV. I, like, watch the series after they've been on. And so now their whole group literally has belts.
Yeah. And what's her name's gone.
Well, Liv is, but she had a belt. If she was there, the whole group would. Flatface, we don't care about.
She's going to take the spot. She's going to wrestle at Evolution or whatever.
Gross.
Part 2.
That's disgusting. Anyways, Pico says I may remember, like, Hakuna Matata. What?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Hakuna Matata for the rest of your days.
So I don't know the song other than Hakuna Matata.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's
Hakuna Matata. Sophie says it sounds like Survivor Series is going to have war games this year.
Yeah, of course it is.
Piccolo says, oh yeah, it was a weird time. Piccolo says, I love the South Park parody.
And
Cartman was dealing with Colonel Sanders.
I just came up with, I just had another one pop into my head. You've got to kiss the girl.
Oh yeah. It's from The Little Mermaid. Sebastian.
And I think she sings about the who's its and what's its.
Yeah. Yeah,
But I don't
could
know
sing
the
that
song
song a little bit too. I used to be able to. She wants to be a part of this world. Don't you know? A part of your world.
Oh yeah. You've got to kiss the girl. That's the only one I know.
I inhaled some spit. Gross. Rob is like, New Day are stale like these old bread. How about their old bread that they brought out and threw at what's-his-face?
They didn't throw it. He knocked it out of their hand.
And they threw it. Picola says, that's a wow. They got the belts back. And then Picola's like, Cartman, damn, autocorrect. I figured you meant Cartman. But I just figured his name in the show was Hartman. I don't know why.
I just feel like there's a lot of boobs on my TV. It's weird. I didn't even know Redmond had boobs.
She does.
I guess.
So it says the next time John Cena will appear is the week after Saturday night's main event in Evolution 2. We're going to be able to see him anyway, Sophie. I don't even know why it matters. Oh, look, they've got a V-neck on too.
Yeah, she does.
She's got tiny boobies. They're not terrible boobies.
No, they wouldn't be bad, I bet. Bailey got boob disease, where they like stand like this. Their shoulders roll forward just enough, and then she leans forward a little bit instead of putting them out.
I know. It's because they're so heavy.
You think? Or do you think that they're kind of not ashamed of them, but they're kind of like, if I stick my tits out, people think that I want them to stare at my tits?
I have no idea. I just forget that I just don't stand up straight enough. I don't care if people look at my tits. They're old and gross anyways. Nobody wants to look at them. Like, old. Like 50 years old. Nobody likes 50-year-old boobs. That's gross. People's like, so Tarzan was never a favorite in my household, but Phil Collins had a bomb soundtrack. I never watched Tarzan. That was one I can say that I never watched.
I'm pretty sure I've never seen really Tarzan either.
I've seen it maybe once. The Disney cartoon of it.
Tarzan the Monkey Man hanging on a rubber band.
Yeah.
I don't know those songs.
Me neither.
I don't think that's really the official song.
Probably not, but
That's
Chris
what we
is
sang
back
as a kid.
after his 20-minute hiatus. He says, fuck off, Bird Lady. You are starting to sound like your NXT tag partner, Tata Paxley. She wanted to be her friend, but you left her in NXT. Which part of the reason? She is even more psychotic now. That's nice. Bobby's all about Bailey in action. Go on, fire 100.
Have you ever heard of an artist named Ashante or something like that?
A shitty?
Oh. I know him.
Oh.
But it's like a singer.
Isn't
it's
the
like
artist
a woman.
name a shitty too? Sounds like a shitty.
Anyways, she's pretty. When I was turning this on, you know how it has the things on the bottom, like the 4 witches that we just saw the other day? What's that called? Charmed. It was on the bottom, and I was like, that girl's pretty. Who is that? And it was Nelly and Ashante or something like that. And I'm like, was she famous, or is she just famous because they're together?
I have no idea. I think she's famous on her own. Oh. Robbie says, I remember Popeye had a film. Yeah, Robin Williams was Popeye.
I watched that when I was a kid. I don't remember it well, but I'm pretty sure I watched it. Wasn't there like an octopus or something on that one too?
I don't remember.
Did you ever watch the Goonies?
I vaguely remember.
Did you ever watch the Goonies with the octopus?
I've seen the alternate ending or whatever. Yeah, I've seen him show it.
Well, I know, but so when they played it on television, that's the one that they used.
Oh.
And so people that owned it or bought it, they never had that. And if you watch it in the theaters, it wasn't that way. So it was only for television. And of course, the people that came out and said, when I was a kid, I swear to God, there was an octopus on them. But they're like, oh, it's another one of those Mandela effects or whatever. It's
not
like,
really.
It's not a Mandela effect. It's real.
It's kind of like Salt and watching that weird alternate ending that we watched. It was so gross. It was like, oh, that's a terrible ending. No!
Have you guys ever seen the movie Salt with the pretty big-lipped girl? What's her name?
Jolie.
Athena Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie. Have you guys seen that? They have another ending to it. They might have 2 because I have one downstairs that says like 3 alternate endings or something.
Piccolo says, yeah, she's a babe, Ashanti. Robbie says, yeah, Ashanti R&B singer. I remember a few of her songs were remixed into UK garage tracks. Piccolo says, if I recall, they've been together off and on for years. Ashanti has a baby with him.
Ew.
With who?
Nelly.
Yeah. Isn't he like 50 years old? 100?
He's probably close to 50 because
he's 102. She's like what? 17?
But he could. I don't know. It depends on what age he came out because he became really popular when I was like 20. So if he was older, then he's closer to 50. If he's younger, then he's under.
I have no idea really. Chris says Ashanti, shitty the Adonis was going out with Petrovic, but she left him. But now we haven't seen her since on NXT. Now that we have another blonde in Mariah, we may not be seeing her again.
I hope they don't make her change her hair color unless it's to red, because she could pull off red because she's literally Russian, like she speaks that.
Petrovic?
Yeah, and so it would work as a redhead,
right?
You know, like that.
Picola says, Robbie, just to let you know, I'm a fan of Craig David. He's pretty good. Robbie says Ashanti was in the film Coach Carter, and Picola says Nelly isn't that old. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Are you sure he doesn't belong with a rascal?
Go.
I think he needs a rascal.
We don't disrespect good wrestlers.
Oldberg needs a fucking
look at the size of that human being.
I don't care. He's an old man now.
Not now or then.
Not then. I understand.
You see his head, how it's busted open?
Needed to be whatever.
He would bust his head open on his door, headbutting it before he'd come out.
Well, that seems appropriate. He's like, I'm going to give myself a concussion before I come out.
Those people that he's holding up in the air are giant human beings, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they call him Oldberg because he's young and spry, Travis.
I don't call him Oldberg. I call him Goldberg.
Sophie says, I don't get the fans that hate everything about watching whatever wrestling promotion they watch.
There he is. That's the Big Show. Dude, he was a beast. Like, he was so exciting to watch. 176.
Who beat him finally?
Kevin Nash. He beat Hogan. That right there was in the Georgia Dome on a Monday. A football stadium they filled for a Monday Night Nitro. Not even.
They're like, we're gonna have you beat this old man, okay?
Not even WWE's
and you're gonna win things because of it.
By the way, when they said it, it was Hogan. Hogan took him to the side and says, "Okay, we're gonna put the title on you. I'm dropping it to you. You ready?" Like, holy shit. Yeah, because Hogan had complete control. See, that was the first time they fought. His last match was against Brock.
Sophie says Io versus Rhea for Evolution 2. And Pico says, hello, here at Wrestling Gab, we love to push the line and talk about Diddy conspiracies on the reg. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Gotta talk about that. You know, Power to Pac, all his friends, people Diddying each other. It's disgusting. Then you got R. Kelly over there, all over the place.
What was the other one that I was talking about just the other day? Maybe it was you, and you said, is there any proof on that? Or, and I was like,
I remember.
Oh, it was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and his kid.
Oh, you were telling me that this morning.
And his kid. Don't say the name. That way I can say it.
Yeah, you were yakking at me this morning.
And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, allegedly, he sold his kids on the Diddy market. Like Justin.
He's like, well, I like to be on the Diddy market, so I'm going to put my kids on the Diddy market. Jada's all like, I knew him. He was my bestie. I lived with him and everything. Lying bitch. Oh, wait, that was Tupac. Never mind.
What?
Oh, Jada. And her lies about saying that she was with, Tupac or some shit. Yeah. Fucking hoe. Lying ass bitch. I think I'm cool. No, you're not, bitch. You're not cool.
For sleeping with a gay rapper.
Robbie says, Cola find What You Gonna Do by Craig David and Artful Dodger. It's a good track. Okay. Picola says, K-Bet. Chris says, sad that now even Asuka had an undefeated streak more than Goldberg. But that doesn't count.
Wait, hold
NXT.
on. She did not.
Yeah,
and
that
I'm not,
one sign said 113 to 0, dude. There's no way she even had 113.
Hold on, he had 176 and 0, and I'm 99.99999% sure she did not win 176 matches in a row.
Well, that's what I was trying to. That's how I was there. Even I was just watching the crowd and the signs that they kept showing of how many.
Right.
And the last one I saw was like 110. I'm like,
what
there's
they're,
no
I think
way
what they're,
she even had 110.
Whoever said that, I think what they're
Chris?
talking about, Chris, is the length of time. Because Asuka was undefeated for 3.5 years.
Oh, I see.
But if you only wrestle once every fucking 6 months, that doesn't matter. I'm undefeated. I've never been beaten in WWE ring.
Me neither. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's literally over 40 years of undefeatedness.
Since I was born.
Yeah.
People was like, yeah, 1998, Oldberg was Pake. Dude, that was a long time ago. Yeah, he needs a walker. And a rascal.
He has to get surgery. Why wouldn't we? That sucks. Well, I hope Lucio Grande Americano wins it. Championships.
What if he really does have to have surgery?
No, there's no way. I guarantee Lucio Grande Americano is going to show up and wrestle.
Chris says, no, man, Goldberg beating Hogan felt like you were watching an actual sport. Like hearing a football game commentary by Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, oh no, it was unreal.
People says, but honestly, if you were into hip-hop in the 90s, 2000s, the Diddler had hands in just about all collaborations. I couldn't imagine why he had hands in all the collaborators.
So true.
Grody.
True story.
Baby oil everywhere.
And I've said this 1,000 times on this channel. I wouldn't listen to East Coast stuff, right? I wouldn't do it.
Because it's gay.
And I had a roommate that was a huge into that stuff. And he bought the album that was the P. Diddy one, and it had like Mace on it, and what was the other guy's name? It's the one that where he's like, That's cargo, my cargo, 160, swiftly, wreck it by a new one, your crew run, your crew run. Biggie. So it might have been a Biggie's thing, but anyways, yeah, he was all over that, and it became like kind of popular, but they didn't take off until after Tupac died. Like when Tupac was around, it was mostly West Coast gangster rap, even though MTV was on the East Coast. So I think they had to get rid of Tupac before they could spread their wings and fly. And then Biggie died like the next year, so it didn't work out very long for him.
Terrible. Chris says, God damn it, Maestro's lost my boy, Jeremy Pena. He has a fractured ribs. Now we also have your daddy on the IL. The injured list.
Yeah, it's called something else, the DL, but they didn't want to insult disabled people. It was called the disabled list, and now they call it the IR.
They should call it the RL for the retarded list. Fucking retards.
True story, by the way.
Like, look at
It was the
people.
DL. I still call it the DL, can't help it. But it was the DL for, like, over 100 years. And they're like, wait a second, we gotta change it. This could offend somebody. What the fuck? Like, you can't see that giant dinosaur?
It's gone.
I'm excited to see that.
There it is.
Chickens don't swim. By the way, that's in the book. This right here is in the book.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But
the
like,
Jurassic Park book.
We're going to go back to that part.
Well, they probably couldn't do it originally because that's pretty intense.
So intense. Anyways, Pickle says, I can imagine Jada had relations with Pac. Wonder how Tupac got those movie roles. He had to get on his knees for somebody. It wasn't Jada.
Yeah, it would have been a...
She was a fucking nobody. She was a nobody before she married the person that she married.
Hold on.
And
Stop.
she literally ruined somebody's career just so she could marry him.
No, stop.
She wrote a book full of lies. Her book that she has about her Tupac days, lies. She wasn't even in the vicinity of him.
Right. First of all, she was in movies that we all loved when we were kids.
Not me.
Not you. You don't count. We all loved.
No.
Boys in the Hood. We loved that movie.
Garbage.
That was before Tupac.
Well, I was saying
the other
that...
guy, Will.
Oh.
Big Willie style.
You think?
Yeah, she wasn't fucking the Fresh Prince
She was
of
still
Bel-Air.
a nobody. Nobody knew who she was.
Did
you know who she was?
Okay, hold on.
When you watched it, when you first watched that movie, did you know her name? Were you like, yeah, I know that lady. I know her. She's so great. I saw her in this other movie, too. She's in this one, and this one, and this one.
Right. So, she's Halle Berry. Nobody knew who she was at some point. In those early days, in those early movies that she was making, no one knew who the fuck she was. She didn't really become famous until, like, I'm trying to remember what movie she's in, but the one with the... What's the movie I'm thinking of?
I have no idea.
Where she shows her tits. Oh, fuck, dude. You gotta be kidding me. Anyways, it's got John Travolta in it. I cannot believe I can't remember the name of that stupid movie.
Anyways, Chris says Rusev versus Gunther. Pickle says, oh, don't forget Mike Tenay. Pickle says, I accept Wu-Tang. It'll never be problematic. Robbie's like, I liked all of it, but wasn't a fan of Ja Rule. Beagle says that's hypnotized. Wu-Tang is for the children. Robbie says Ice Cube had some bangers. Cream by Wu-Tang is a quality tune.
I can't listen to that stuff.
Chris says might check out Jurassic movie.
Yeah, he got to. That looks so good.
Robbie says MF Doom still slaps. That guy had some funky tunes when he was alive. Great MC on the mic. Robbie also says, was she really a nobody? And Peel's like, I knew her from Nutty Professor, but she was never a Halle Berry. Yeah, and the Nutty Professor was way later.
I'm not going to say she was Halle Berry. I'm saying that at some point no one knew who she was either.
Yeah.
And she was in the same types of movies.
But the only reason why people know Halle Berry is because of her acting and what movie she is in.
Later.
Nobody knows. Doesn't matter. They know her name and they know her. Nobody would know who Jada fucking was except for she married Will Smith. That's the only fucking reason why anybody knows who that cunt is.
Okay.
That's it.
So
that's all.
I can't say that's correct because her name, I know it as her maiden name more than her real name, and she's Jada Pinkett.
She wouldn't
Smith.
have gone anywhere.
And now she's Jada Pinkett Smith. Because Jada Pinkett... I'm not saying she would have went anywhere. I don't even think she ever made a movie, for fuck's sakes. Like, her by herself.
She would be nothing. She would be a nobody. Like, people would be like, oh, yeah, I know her because... You want to know why you know her? You know her because she married a guy. That's the only reason why. It's ridiculous.
Well, there's a lot of people like that.
I'm saying, but you can't say, well, Halle Berry was a nobody too. Yeah, but Halle Berry fucking got all her acting shit on her own.
Yeah, I don't.
Wasn't because she married some dumb asshole.
It was probably Henry Weinstein.
I don't care. She didn't marry him.
Right.
Doesn't matter. She didn't marry the fucker.
But I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't care. She didn't marry him.
You're factual. Uh-oh. The two behemoths squaring off. It's Rusev Day!
Chris says, I hope Cross doesn't get released tonight because of losing to Sami Zayn. Meanwhile, WWE go and sign Octagon Jr. Ew. Did they really?
No. Isn't he in TNA?
Chris, no.
I heard he signed with TNA.
Robbie says, D, sometimes it's the unknown people that have that one big break and become well known.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one has never really had a big break, and the only reason why people know who the fuck she is anything is because of who she married. And all the crap he's done. That's it. She's a fucking afterthought. Nobody gives a fucktard about that bitch.
Of course nobody cares about her. I don't know why you're...
Probably even her own kids don't
I don't
care.
know why you're mad at her. But I do know...
Because she's a lying cunt. That's why.
Who cares?
Lying.
Who cares? It's
She
someone
lied
you
to
don't know.
Tried to make herself look so much better because she was like, oh, with all this stuff coming out about Tupac, I knew Tupac. Like, we almost got married. Like, I was around for everything he did. I was like his muse. She wasn't even fucking around him.
Well,
Dumb,
I mean, she was around him.
Lying, oh bag bitch.
They have pictures of them together. I'm like,
Doesn't matter. Not maybe a picture, but not like how she made it sound like. She made it sound like that.
Was
that
she fucking
was
him?
With him and everything. No.
Like plugging him?
not even a little bit. Nothing. Absolutely
She
nothing.
didn't plug him?
No, nothing. It's ridiculous.
She didn't pull the Sasha Banks on him?
Maybe she should have. Maybe she would have gotten further in life. Should have been known as a crazy person, bald-headed bitch that she fucking is.
Bald-headed hoe.
Person I do not feel bad for that has alopecia.
The Ghetto Boys.
I feel sorry for every other alopecia person in the world but her.
Ghetto Boys.
Because I never got why Halle Berry and A-Rod were together. And Robbie says, D, do people know Will Smith before Fresh Prince?
Yes.
I bet.
He had a CD that came out before the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And it had Parents Just Don't Understand. And it was the greatest song of the 1980s. Literally better than anything Rush or Journey or any of those weird.
People says the other it girl in the early 90s, Nia Long. Nia Long?
I don't know who that is. 90s?
Sophie says they are airing Raw early, which Vince would never do because they are taping this week's SmackDown.
Will you tell me that name one more time?
Nia, N-I-A, Long, like the word.
Oh, she's old. I kind of remember her. But it's hard because there's no young pictures of her. I guess I'll have to type in you. But I remember her, but I don't remember how I know her.
What?
Who was the one that was in Martin? Because she was also in House Party, and I liked her. Anybody know her name?
Mm-hmm.
I know you wouldn't. You wouldn't watch House Party.
No.
That shit's fucking fantastic. I used to watch House Party. I had a rewinder because I didn't like to rewind in my VCR because it took too long.
Pickle says, in the movie Friday, Ice Cube's opposite.
I don't watch that show. I know a lot of
Somebody
people love
ruined
that
it
show.
for him.
I had a buddy that would say it every day. There's no way it's Friday every day, Jason. If Danny's listening.
I don't care. I've seen that movie a couple times. The only part of it that I like is when he got knocked the fuck out. That's probably the only part in the whole movie that I'm like, oh, that's funny. You got knocked the fuck out. Other than that, dumb. Pico says, oh, damn, Gina. Tisha Campbell.
I remember that. That's her name, huh?
Tisha Campbell.
And then the other one was like if you've seen House Party, I probably have not a very big group that watches House Party in here, but if you've watched House Party, the other one was supposed to be the prettier one. She really wasn't, but she was supposed to be. And then she was the rich one, and the other one was the poor one. And then the richer, like kid or play or whatever, was the richer one, and the kid was the poorer one, and so they thought it would be better for him to date the rich girl and the rich boy to date the poor girl. But in reality, the two poor people liked each other. Which they went against stereotypes in that movie because the rich black kid obviously had the parents, but so did the poor one.
Oh, what parents? What?
He had the mom, wasn't dad.
Oh, no. That sounds ridiculous, Travis.
I'm talking about stereotypes. I'm not talking in the movie. Like, I'm not. God, his dad. Who was his dad? That motherfucker was fantastic, and I don't know if he was one of those like famous guys later on, but he was so good. He kind of had like bug eyes, like he had a thyroid problem. I can't remember his name, but I love that dude.
Piccolo's like, ain't that type of hype, baby. And Piccolo says, yeah, makes sense.
Robbie I cried 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Let's take it to the stage. Love that movie.
Robbie says, Will Smith don't have a curse in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too.
Haha, Eminem.
Robbie says, yeah, that woman from House Party was in My Wife and Kids as the mum. And Sophia says that by the time Raw ends, like Travis said, it will be on when it originally starts. Yeah, if they only go 2 hours.
Right.
Are they going to do 2.5 hours? Or are they just doing a 2-hour show? Sophie also says
Robin Harris was the guy.
Vince wouldn't give talent any breaks when he was in charge.
That's
because you're there to entertain people.
The dad. Loved him, dude. He's so fucking funny. He finds him walking the streets or whatever, his son. And he's a stand-up comedian, so he's funny as fuck anyways. But he finds him in the street, and he's like, all right, you little racer-head-looking motherfucker. Because he's got that super high-top fade. A racer-head-looking motherfucker.
That's funny. So it was like, with Netflix, you never know how long Raw will be on.
You never do. This could be the main event right now.
I've only been here for like a half an hour. It feels like I've been here for like 2 hours already.
AJ Johnson. Oh, God. That's what she looks like today.
Good Lord. Why is her hair all weird?
Oh, I didn't look at her hair.
That's all I looked at. I was like, wait a minute, there's a person under that hair. Old Shamey. Robbie's like, all I know is it's not on a blood clock an hour. Someone could. Right? Shamey and Rusev. Rusev's like, I'm not even going to sell that you actually hurt me. So, but like, sometimes Raw could be 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it can.
Sometimes it's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
sometimes it's
too.
3 hours. Sometimes it's 2 hours and 28 minutes.
I've never seen it 3 hours except for the first day.
I know. Had to throw it in there, though.
Reading it.
No, I'm just being a jerk. I'm just being an asshole.
We've all been there. Not you being an asshole, though.
Sophie says, your thoughts on NXT being involved with the main roster shows of Evolution?
It's fine. They don't have enough women. I have zero problem with zero. Especially if they're going to do a battle royal. If you're going to do a battle royal, how the hell are you going to find 20 women on the main roster?
They're going to be so much better than those main roster girls. Those NXT girls are so much better because they're like professionals, but they're not. They're in the developmental league, but they're so much better than those girls on the main roster.
Like hookers?
I fucking hate that shit. Because, like, by the way, I still have to work on the reel. Well, by the way, people, we're only going to be here Wednesday this week. We will not be here Friday for the show that is being recorded. We're not even going to be on here to tell you what happened. Not doing it.
Why, you ask?
Because I don't want to. Sophie says, today marked 19 years since Shamey debuted. And Sophie says, do you think Raw will be 3 hours for special events or something? I don't know. I hope not ever again.
I hope not. I worry that SmackDown will go back to 3 hours after their seasonal stuff. To fill it.
Right.
Tyler Perry.
Hey, we know what Tyler Perry did, allegedly. He been fucking some little boys lately. Shame, Tyler Perry. Shame, man. I heard some alleged stuff happening about you. You nasty. Nasty. Travis made a joke and asked if he had dressed up as Medea when he did it. Oh, wait, that wasn't you. It was somebody else.
I wouldn't have said that. I really liked Medea. Medea has one of the greatest talks ever. I still use it all the time. I still reference it almost every time I talk to anybody.
Yeah, the tree thing.
The roots and the branches and the leaves and the... It's powerful. This is so true.
Yeah, I've never found a root. Not one.
Thought I knew a root. Ended up being a branch. Step out on it and it just breaks. Leaves you high and dry.
Exactly. So true.
Every time the wind blows.
So true. Sophie's like, SmackDown is going back to 2 hours starting Friday. No.
Maybe.
It's 2 hours for Friday. And then after that, it's 3 hours until like the 15th or something of July. So it's 2 hours for its recorded one. Then it's 3 hours the next week. And then the week after that, I think, is when it's 2 hours for a little bit. I think that's what we understood.
Yeah, it was something like
it was
August
weird.
Or something.
Because let's see.
Wait, yeah, August.
The 4th, and then it'd be the 11th, the next Friday. Yeah, it was like August 15th or August time or something. It would be 2 hours for a while, but they didn't know how long. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking weird. Anyways, let's see. Robbie says, D, you're still going to watch Evolution, so I don't make no difference if you're not live. So Travis and Danny are probably going to do it live, possibly. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, so there's a possibility of live. I will not watch it. I seriously will not watch that garbage. I will not fucking watch it. I will not watch it. I will not be near a television that has it on. I refuse to watch that fucking garbage. Picola says, okay, let's give a trial run. Do you want to reiterate some rules? Yeah, we need the rules given for your game of doom. Sophie says, Raw being 3 hours on Netflix. I think they could pull it off somehow. Pickle says, let's see, I have W. Oh, man, Pickle, that sucks for you. Oh, Travis has 3.
What?
All right, here's the rules. 5 male wrestlers, past or present, as long as it's billed by their entrance name. And yours start with the letter E.
Wow, that's going to be harder than I thought. I mean, no, I know wrestlers, but I bet you there's, like, people are going to be like, why the fuck wouldn't you pick, you know?
Edge?
Exactly. And I wouldn't have said Edge. I was thinking Elias.
You pick him too.
Well, I know, but Edge is 1,000 times better. There's a prime example right there. And there's probably a better one from the older days. Eli Manning.
And if possible, one female wrestler. Emma.
Oh.
Eva Marie.
Yeah.
I'd say Emma. She is at least actually could wrestle.
And does it have to be their first name?
It has to be their build
name.
Entrance name.
But the start of it or in it?
And
I don't mean in it like it's the third letter of the name. I mean like
Big E?
Yeah.
I would say he's a B, not an E.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. But obviously Big E would be a good one too. Not as good as Edge, but... But anyways, I'm going to go Elias because that's what I was thinking of first and Talitha cheated.
Ah! How did I cheat?
Because you said... First thing you said was Edge. And I'm like, fuck.
Why? What's wrong with that?
It's perfect.
He's the only wrestler I can think of that
No, I was thinking Eliza. Or whatever.
I was trying my hardest. I was sitting here like, have I seen an E-named wrestler?
Well, it came to my head like within seconds, which clogged it. And I couldn't think of anybody else.
Yeah.
So I might as well just squirt it out. Alright, what's next?
You have to name 5 and possibly one woman.
In the E's?
Yes, in the E's. Get on it, bud. Yeah, 2.
I thought you would roll
3 if
for
you
each
count Emma.
letter.
So you've got 3 more guys.
Right, but I thought he would roll for each letter, and then the next one would be R, and I'd pick somebody in the R's. And then...
Oh.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was all 5.
Oh, shit!
In there. Oh, Rusev got out of it. Oh, no. Sophie said probably 3. People said, let's see how... Oh, okay. Sophie said, with the Royal Rumble in Saudi, there's a joke online that all the women will be, like, wearing the same thing. Why would they all wear the same thing? They aren't going to wear the same thing. They're all going to have their own personalities in their outfits.
What the fuck are we talking about?
The Royal Rumble, if it was in Saudi. Or it is in Saudi or whatever. So he says, I thought the 2 hours was a permanent change. No, not yet. Not yet. Just the 4th of July one, and then after that it's 3 hours for a little bit, and then it goes to 2 hours. Piccolo says, Travis, you have E. I read that. Robbie says, who gives an F how long it's on for? It's still a wash show these days. That's true. It's just I have to decide how much time I have to sit here. Sophie says, wait a minute. 2 guys are watching an all-female pay-per-view. That will be funny. Why would it be funny? You don't want me watching it. I will complain the whole fucking time and tell you what dumb bitches they all are. The whole time. I will hate every fucking second of it. At least normal stuff, I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. Or, oh, that's kind of cool. Or, oh, I could see that. Instead of just all hate. The Evolution one, though, it will be hate from one side to the other. Hate, 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 hate.
Double 8.
Hate. Loathe. Entirely. Like, bleh.
Oh no, Seamus.
Makes me want to throw up already.
He's in the Accolade.
Not the Accolade. Alright. So, Piccola said, has to be 5 male wrestlers, past or present, as long as it's a build in their entrance, and a possible 1 female wrestler. And then Sophie says, why you don't want to watch Evolution 2D? Because it's a fucking stupid fucking pay-per-view shit. It's a goddamn participation trophy crap by that dumbass fucking Triple H that y'all fucking are like, oh my god, I totally love him and everything he does. Bleh. Good. And it's dumb. The first one was a flop, and this one's going to be just as dumb. Pickle says, and if possible that. And Sophie says, like, Travis pays attention to entrance music. We're not talking about entrance music. We're talking about entrance names, their names, the wrestlers' names, not like their real names. They're like entrance, their names.
Or so, was I wrong or?
No, you're right.
Oh, am I?
For what?
No,
I haven't gotten to any of that yet. If that's the case. So it's like D hates women wrestling confirmed. I don't hate women's wrestling. I'm just not gonna watch an all women's pay-per-view of wrestling. No, thank you. Boring fucking shit. Piccolo says, yes, let's discuss. Robbie says, who is wasting a Saturday night on Evolution to be Dizzy Sophie?
Don't worry, it's on Sunday night.
That's even worse.
It's a Saturday night main event on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I mean, I'll be here for that. But I ain't fucking doing the fucking Evolution shit on Sunday night. I have way better things I'd rather do. I would rather slave over a hot fucking stove all day in 100-degree weather. That's how much I'm not going to watch it. And how much I hate it. Sophie says, that's hard. Pio says, yes, William Regal is on my list. Robbie says, D, cheating sounds about right.
Wait, how can you have William Regal?
Because his name's William with W. He had W. You got E, he got W.
I thought we had the same letter.
Oh. Why would that would be weird, but you guys both have Edge? How would that fucking work?
I don't know.
Alright, People says, I'm going to ProWrestlingTees.com for reference. People's like, bruh, W sucks. Wheeler Yuta is not making the cut. I refuse!
Ew.
Rusev won over Shame.
Clean.
That's sad as fuck, man.
Clean.
And this is why we hate everything that happens. Blah, blah, blah. So he says, why you hate? I usually hear the opposite from some people regarding Evolution too. That's their deal. Like, I refuse to watch an Evolution pay-per-view, an all-women's pay-per-view ever again. Why don't you go ask Ronda Rousey why?
Oh!
That bitch ruined everything to do with the women's division that you could ever think possible for it. That fucking bitch fucked up because of Evolution. Fuck you all with that shit. You want them to just be... Now, if it's just all about them out there in their bra and panties just hanging out, that's fine. Great, that's perfect. But no, it's going to be shit show crap like Io Sky against Rhea Ripley. Fuck you.
Right.
I am not watching that garbage. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Yeah, no. Sophie says we had Evolution pay-per-view under the guy you guys like and Vince 7 years ago.
Yeah. Because they couldn't do a women's match.
Yeah, I hated it then too, by the way, Sophie, just so you know. I hated it then.
By the way, she hated it then.
This is not all of a sudden. No, I fucking hated that shit too. Robbie says, D, you once appreciated Triple H for his creativeness. I'm not talking about the fact that he can make entrances and stuff like that. That is different, Robbie. People can be that creative with certain things, but the fact that he doesn't do anything else that remotely helps anything except for his egotistical ways is gross. People say, she did? Ugh, not an entire weekend. Sophie says, if you read the description of episodes of that Unreal show, it will show you behind the scenes of them planning everything.
Oh, look. Grande Americana.
He looks different.
Really?
A little bit.
Did she get her boobs done?
No. She's always had them like that.
No.
She just doesn't normally have her shirts like that.
Like, just out. I mean, that nipple's about ready to just come out and say hi. Hello. Did
She
it
has
just
a
come
bra
out?
on or something.
Ah, crap.
Yay! Go, Cross. Get him. Kill him.
Ooh, shoot, hit him with
Murder.
that pipe.
Murder.
Don't.
Just stick it up his butthole. Take that
You guys
pipe and
shouldn't-
shove it up his butt.
you
He
guys
likes that.
You guys shouldn't fight so we can see Scarlet. We can't see Scarlet if they're fighting.
Take that yeah, take that pipe and shove it up his butt.
Stick it right up it.
He wants it up his butt. Oh, no, not his guts.
Who's that girl? Oh, it's Scarlet.
You're like, who's that girl? I knew it was Scarlet. I'm like, oh, look at Scarlet coming out.
Dude, so I didn't realize how bad my eyes were. But, like, I'll stand up and I'll get, like, right in front of the TV in the front room.
Mm.
And I'm like, this fucking game is badass. Like, how good the graphics are.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, how three-dimensional it is.
Yeah.
But when I sit back, It's just flat. Like, it's just the Nintendo, the original Nintendo.
Right.
Just like this. It's just... But if I stand up and get close to it, I'm like, that's fucking badass. But my eyes are so bad that I can't enjoy it unless I'm up to it anyway.
Robbie says I wasn't talking about entrances.
No.
Were you? When did we say you were talking about entrances? Why are you being weird?
Don't
be weird.
To Sophie.
Dude, stop it, Robbie. If you get C, does that stand for cunt? For you, it does. Piccolo says, question. Can I use Walter? Or is it because he isn't recognized by that name anymore? But he was Walter in NXT UK, so he was a past wrestler named Walter. It'd be like, you could use that one guy, that Travis doesn't like him as somebody else, but he likes him as a different Cactus Jack. But he doesn't like him as the other one.
Either of them. Buddy Love or Mankind.
Yeah, so, but you would have B, M, and C.
Right.
But he's the same dude. But you could, and that was his entrance name for all the time.
Yep.
So technically, Gunther, you could use him as a G or a W.
Walter.
You would just get Fatty Walter, not in shape Gunther. Sorry, Piccolo. That's how it goes. I'm gonna say that's my rule, but you do whatever rules you want. But that's how I would look at it. Because it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. It'd be weird. So is this wonder why the winner of the Battle Royal gets a shot at the championship at the pay-per-view after SummerSlam, not at SummerSlam?
Because they probably already have SummerSlam booked.
So is that I'm only going to watch Saturday Night Main Event, and then I'm going to watch Evolution 2. Yeah, I just feel like it's dumb. Have people have to, like, have shit for another pay-per-view. Lame. Robbie's like, dude, love. And Piccolo's like, cool, cool. Okay, so what are the rules, Piccolo? So, you spin the wheel for an alphabet letter. You get the alphabet letter. Now, do you have to name 5 wrestlers under that letter plus a woman? And that's what it is? Or is each wrestler a different letter? I'm guessing it's that letter you have to pick 5 or however many, 6 wrestlers if we're doing one girl, if you can, under it. And then it's their name that they've been billed as in wrestling. And that could be any wrestling brand across the chart. So TNA, Impact, WWE, AEW, WCW, whatever. Old, new, dead, not dead, whatever, right? Whatever their build name has been in any franchise, right? Okay, so we got that. And then, what else was it that we asked about?
Now, for the next wrestler, do we pick another letter?
No. I'm guessing you don't. I think it's 1 letter, 5 wrestlers, a girl if you can. That means 6.
Dude, I would have to find wrestling names.
You would have to cheat.
Yeah.
You would have to cheat. He said he went to ProWrestlingTees.com for reference.
Yeah.
You would have to have a reference, just a giant list of wrestlers. And then you'd have to be like, well, what franchises do you want them from? So, Piccolo says we're attempting to make a Super War Games Survivor Series team by the letter.
By 1 letter each.
By your letters. Do you have a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Not like a whole piece, but just a sliver of paper that I can throw my gum away with. I can rip off and use. Or a tissue or something that's used. Or
I don't know if it's used. Rack Rob.
I just don't want to chew my gum anymore. People says, obviously some letters have a plethora of options.
Yeah, that's kind of hard for me.
Yep, they put flat face with the belt with her.
Knew that was happening. That was
And then they're going to have a 4-way to see who gets it. Because she's not really a winner.
What'd they get from the Dolphins?
I have no idea.
Aaron Rodgers broke my heart.
What the? Robbie says, I'm guessing Vin got fed up with wrestling. Vin doesn't watch wrestling except on Wednesdays with us. He pays attention to some stuff, but he only watches wrestling with us on Wednesdays. Because he loves him some AEW. He thinks it's so much better than WWE when it's basically the same show. Like, literally the same shit happens. Like, the same garbage, the same storylines, the same shit. Is this the one that Goldberg loses?
It's people I've never heard of, so I don't know.
What is that?
The trade.
Oh, yeah, nobody cares about those people.
I was hoping the Dolphins trade him their quarterback.
Robbie's like, I'm normally half asleep on Wednesdays. I don't blame you, dude. I want to be half asleep on Wednesdays. Plus every other day that we're here. Even though this is early and like earlier in the day and I don't have like a weird like, you don't have that space in between. Like, it's like, so now what do we do? It's gonna be 6 o'clock for us. It's gonna be like,
I'm gonna be worried.
Do I go to bed?
Right.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself. I'm out of my routine. It's making me sad. Not the sadness. Not the sadness.
See, he's calling him Bill Goldberg, too. You're not supposed to. He hated that.
Oh, no, not the Bill. Oldberg. You should have brought him down a rascal for him. Well, here's your rascal, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
That would have been funny. And then made him cry. Because he's old. That'd been funny. He's not afraid, people. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Oh, poor Pico, it's been raining. I'm glad you got some rain. It's hotter than a devil's taint outside right now. Pico says, yeah, normally I'd be messing around in the garden right meow. But it's raining. And Robbie says, old bag is embarrassing at his age. Bleh. Not surprising. An embarrassment. Not the embarrassment. Outclass him.
Totally
Embarrass
outclass.
him. Do stuff to him in his face hole.
Some good shit.
Oh no, not the biggest bully.
You have to say in the yard, or it doesn't make any sense. You still got it. Clap, 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 clap.
Mm.
You never had it. Goldberg would have ran through you like a stop sign.
Ravi says, who the fuck wants to watch a slow-mo foe at his age thinking he's still got it? Well, not just that, we have to be all careful.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to look like when he comes back. He very thin-armed and everything
Yeah,
else.
that's that guy.
That's going to be next. After Goldberg spears your ass on Saturday night's main event.
You won't lose the championship to Oldberg.
You'll lose it to Seth.
Seth's gonna take it.
And his boys. The boys. Right?
Yeah.
The boys.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, look. Briefcase. Look it up. Buy it. Get on it.
I'm not buying his briefcase. It's stupid.
It's black. That's badass.
Oh, is it?
Oh my god. Yes, it's badass. Tell me you don't want a black briefcase with the black one next to the white one.
Yeah, all the special ones can't go up there.
It's fine. MTV shop.
Pickle's like, Sethy Poo has arrived. It's WWE, but okay.
What did I say?
MTV.
No, close enough. Going as fast as I can.
Hmm.
There. Oh my god. Never mind.
And how much was that one?
What the fuck? Why would they do that? Last year's with what's her name wasn't even anywhere near that.
What is it? Is it lots of money?
Yeah, it's like dumb money.
How much dumb money is it? 300?
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't fucking buying it.
Well, of course not.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
I don't know why they would do that.
Because he's known and has been a champion before, so it's all special. Like, yeah, fuck you guys.
When you get 10% off, which would take it to
not
70.
not even worth.
Okay,
Not,
seriously, stop.
Not
I get
even
it.
worth
I get
that.
it. I'm just looking at it.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, you'd be better off just spending a little bit more and getting a fucking belt. You know what I mean?
Hold on. It's autographed, that's why.
Oh, that one's autographed. Well, that makes all the difference.
But they don't have the other one. Do they put them somewhere special? Because there's those two.
I don't know what you mean. So we do special.
Like, here's your normal. Let's put it, like, at the end of an aisle. That's a special place.
Oh, maybe he only is selling autographed ones for all I know. I don't know. He shouldn't be after his crap he pulled this weekend.
So, Triple H is going to put a championship on CM Punk and Sami Zayn? Jesus Christ, dude. Wrestling Mania is going to be dumb as fuck.
Robbie says, Seth briefcase, wanker. Robbie's like, I'll buy it, D. You buy it, buddy.
Well, it's not there, and
You
I don't
made
want
money?
the autograph one.
You made a fucking money? Because I sure ain't, and I ain't paying that much money for that shit. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, we get it.
I had a hard enough time buying Tiffany's with how much it was.
Well, just the generic ones, those ones up there, are what those ones called, 120?
But they had, like, I got them during, like, sales.
But see, that one's not autographed. The autograph's under in that blank spot, and it's in gold pin.
Oh. Maybe it's on the other side. Maybe it's on the inside part that's Paul Heyman's talking to himself.
Oh, here he comes.
Loser. sorry, Picola, but I have more hate in my heart for this person as an individual. After some crap we pulled this weekend, I'm fucking done with this guy. Like, he is a fucking piece of shit. Robbie's like, you love buying shite from WWE, lol. Actually, I do not like buying anything from them. I've only bought specific things from them. The most I ever bought from them was when AJ Lee was still around. And she has some pretty funny fucking shirts. And Miz's shirts. Because they were funny. That's it. It's the only reason. Other than that, I don't really buy. Robbie says, Dia haven't got cash on the hip like you. Neither do I, dude. Fucking, you probably have more cash than I do. You're fucking single, man. Single is fucking everything. Bill's like, who? And Bill's like, oh yeah, I figured. CM Punk? Is that who? I'm talking about that guy. Like, yeah. He, as a person, like, even as a person, not just as a wrestler, like, as a human being, like, absolutely. Like, I am so fucking, absolutely no. Hey, Ellie, nice behind Seth.
They had nothing for him over there, so they had to bring him over here.
LA Knight?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Braun Breaker's gonna have to spear him here. What's he gonna spear him through? Ooh, 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 ooh.
Robbie says, I work for the NHS. It doesn't pay me enough to splash out. You fucking think, dude? Yeah, well, I'll join you right there in that because it doesn't. Just because I may save up some money to buy certain things doesn't mean I just have money to go, let's buy that. Let's buy that. Let's buy that.
Ah, we did it.
It still says live on it, though, which is funny. She's had her shoulder injury before, too, so she knows.
Yep. She was handed a title. She never actually won it.
I fucking hate that cunt. Hate her, too!
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can make a decision like a man. It's unanimous.
Just say no. What would happen?
That's a yes.
She should have just walked off. Not even done it.
He hates Liv.
I know he does.
She's gonna love this. Love it.
Rob's like, Rack is pissed. Ryan says, Liv, what confirmation do you need from that twat? Well, I'd rather have her there than the flat-faced dumb hoe, but, you know.
Well, that's cool. They let her draft the players. That's cool.
Oh, good for her. That's cool.
She looks like she's getting in better shape.
Well, that was a game person, so not the same.
She came down. But yes, that one was way
I'm
skinnier.
sorry.
There was no muscle tone at all in that one.
That's funny. Robbie says, Bailey, only reason I stayed up to watch this fraudulent show. Yeah, they put her almost at the end. Good thing you stuck around, I guess.
Can't find any. No real American beer. The national treasure. What the fuck? It's like a cartoon or a video game or something.
Probably a video game.
Not me chore.
I was like, oh, do you love to hate on these women? Not all of them. Just most of them.
Dumb hoes. Just kidding. No! Not Amanda Serrano. Not the third time. Dude, I hope Katie beats her up again.
Right, at this point, she fucking deserves it.
Even if
If you're gonna come back 3 times, it's like,
And Taylor beat the shit out of her both times.
Ads. Robbie says all the D with attitude is better than this show. Attitude, blah. That's why she's here, old Kyrie Sane. She's here to murder people. She's been the women's NXT champion. She said so. A 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team champion. To all the champions. I will have all your gold, she says. I am not afraid of anything. No matter how many times I'm knocked down, I'll stand up. I don't run from the storm. I don't run from the storm. I run into it. The pirate princess. The Pirate Princess is here. Kyrie, say. Pirate Princess. Na 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 na. Not the wedges. Is it because they have wedgies and that's what they've done is got wedgies, so that's why it's driving a force between them as their wedgies? Robbie says, do you mind sing some more theme tunes if you're lucky? Probably not. How about you sing one? Call up, sing it out, belt out your best. Send me an Instagram of it. I'll put you on speaker. Oh, what census people know? Oh no. The buy now, pay later. Oh no, no credit scores. Picola says, I want a chocolate chip cookie. I don't blame you. What kind of chocolate chip cookie? Like a creepy chocolate chip cookie from like Crumble Cookie or something? Or like homemade your own chocolate chip cookies? Hmm? Oh, she totally cartwheeled out of that move. Picola says, go on, we need some T-Swift in this piece. Yeah, Robbie, come on. Give us some T-Swift. If Luke was here, he'd be all like, "Wah-dabba-dooba-dabba-dooby-doo."
Hey, dog's not potty.
Oh my god, that's good. I'm so glad.
Arts hasn't been outside since like noon.
What the fuck? Why?
He wouldn't go.
What do you mean he wouldn't go? He's like, it's too hot outside, Dad. I'm not going. You can't make me. Hey, Catmandu, what are you doing? Hey, kitty pants. Hey, kitty. Who's a kitty? It's a kitty. It's a kitty. She's a kitty. Rah, kitty. Boop, 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 kitty. Hi, little dog. Ew, you're wet. Gross. Did you get peed on? Let's see. Picola says, we were at the grocery earlier. The bags of Oreos aren't good for me anymore. It's true. They aren't. James Howell's like, D, ready solo today? No. Travis is here. He just had to let the dogs out and do some stuff. He decided to leave me here by myself. Watching this women's match with Bailey and Lyra Valkyria or Valkyrie or whatever the fuck her name is. But like, she thinks she's a bird. Robbie says, you reminded me of a penny. Two-faced and not worth much. Because so sometimes I will grab a fresh baked donut or cookie at the bakery. Bakery donuts. Robbie says, Dee loves a solo stream. Do I though? I mean, ugh. You guys usually don't talk enough and it makes me bored. And now we're at a commercial, so there's really nothing going on, and I have a whole minute and 30 seconds of commercial happening. Oh my god, ladies and stupid garbage. What? People's like, what do you want to talk about? I don't know, we were talking about cookies. Robbie's like, I talk, D. It's you don't really care if I do. Well, you goddamn better start. Travis isn't coming back. He's going to make me do the rest of this by myself. You guys
all
jerks.
alone.
All alone. Bill's like, what's your favorite place to buy fireworks? The reservation. Robbie says, I think I drank 4 liters of water today. It was so hot at work. God, do you not have... Oh, yeah, you wouldn't. I forgot you're in England. I was going to ask if you don't have air conditioning. I would think you would. You're in a facility. Do they not have air conditioning in your facility? Do the people, like, that are locked up in rooms, they just, like, cook in there, like, you know, like, in, like, incubators? Sounds awful. Pickle says, I've gone over into Alabama, but generally we've had a more open ordinance and can shoot fireworks in rural areas the last few years or so. Yeah. I'm not going to get any this year. It's been really dry. We haven't had a lot of moisture here. It scares me. So I'm not putting any money towards fireworks this year. We used to have to go across the border to Wyoming. Picking up my brother used to do that. I don't do it though. People says that nowadays we just go to Wally World. Nice. Yeah, we go to the reservation or, you know, a different state to get the big mortars and stuff like that. The aerials and stuff. Robbie says we have aircon in the office and TV lounge, but nowhere else. Really? Like, all the poor people, like, just sweat to death in their little boxes of emotional damage. Did you make it?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa.
Did you?
No. Didn't. Hey, stop that. Hey, no. Hey, stop. Yeah, you. Carrie Sane did a video package promo thing about herself.
Nice.
She's a pirate princess, and she is going to take all the gold from all the people. That's what she said. She said it in Japanese, though, so I had to read a whole bunch of crap. Had to read words off another screen besides the chat screen.
It's like a reading fundamental course. There it is. What did it?
She got out of it. I wonder if she's learned to really, really reinforce her outfits. Now, she's had it happen twice. Yeah, where her top just was like blip. It's like, oh no.
I don't know. She came out last week and she just had like a halter top thing on, and she had to keep pulling it up while she was working.
It's funny.
But it was at normal clothes.
James says, have y'all ever thought about getting game chairs for watching wrestling? We have gone through mini chairs, by the way, for our show. And I wanted to be way more comfortable because I literally sit in like gaming / office chairs all day. And I wanted to not have to sit in one while we did this 3 times a week or more.
My thing is that I probably would like it. because then you could raise the desk and sit at the desk like normies. But that would be the only thing.
Sit at the desk like normies.
Well, if I had the right type of chair, but I can't get.
I just scooch my chair up and then I eat food off of it. That way it's just right at my mouth level. Just scoop it all in.
You're like a Chinese roommate I had. He just literally put the bowl to his face and just.
It's either that or just put it like here.
That's what he did.
That's what I do with my food. I just stick it right under. I stick it right here so it doesn't go anywhere.
He was like a true Chinese, and so, like, he didn't speak great English, but he could speak it, but not great. And he put his bread in the fridge downstairs.
Right.
And went to get it out, and it had stuck. There was probably some spilled pop or something.
Mm-hmm. And
it had ripped a couple little dots in the bag.
Right.
He had a full meltdown. I thought there was mice in the house, and so he moved. Like,
nice.
I couldn't stop it. Like, I tried, but I couldn't speak well enough.
Hey, what are you doing? I got you!
I'm like, dude.
Oh, no, you're mine now, buddy!
It's pop. Uh-oh. Must have been a double thing.
You okay?
It was a draw. They better continue the match.
Why are you making all those noises? Are you dead? Oh, my goodness.
Hockey fight.
Robbie says, pretty much. What's the fireworks that shoots in the air making a whistle noise that goes bang really loud and lots of colors come out? That's a mortar.
It's mortars. That's a...
Robbie says, Dee should get a rocking chair. Of course they screwed Bailey. Well, they have to make it so that she's weak. She's weak sauce, man.
A lot of sauce in her weakness.
Hey. What are you doing? Closing your eyes. Close your little eyeballs. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. We're cuddling. We're cuddling. We're cuddling. We're cuddling. Would you like to cuddle? Oh, come on. Would you cuddle? He's like, no! No! Running away! She's the devil! The devil! Being all mean. He doesn't like it. So is Pat McAfee gone for a while now or something?
Maybe. Shouldn't be. I mean, unless he's not working there anymore because it's not summertime, is it?
Well, it is summer. It's June. Now July tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boop.
I was thinking it was like September
Boop.
or something.
Why the fuck would
or
you
not
think
September,
that?
sorry, like March.
Why would you think that?
I don't know, because my brain works that way.
Rob is like, does your dog eat much treats? It would if you let him.
It would eat the whole bag. And he's so tiny.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. He's like, don't put me upside down. I love that.
That's it.
Rob is like, that firework always sets the car's alarms off. Yeah, it can. Hey, it's a loser on the television.
Mm-mm. She's got a nice rack.
I'm not talking about the girl.
Oh, there was a guy on the screen?
Talking about the loser that she unfortunately has to talk to.
Oh,
Ugh.
I didn't see any dude. Oh, God, she's got a mic in her hand, too.
Oh, wow.
Very distracting.
So
Oh, Lord.
Hey, stop that. Stop it. Oh, no.
No. You boy. Let's go to sleep like a normie. No. Let's not go to sleep.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh, God.
Does that hurt?
Who's
Well,
touching him? A woman or a man?
It's a man. Emphasis on the man part. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
It's a man, duh.
It's a man, duh. Where you going? I got you now, kitty bitty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
No. Got a baby.
bite him.
Where is he?
Anyways, June says your dog looks like Scotty off Lady and the Tramp. LOL. A mini version. Old Scotty is a Scottish Terrier.
Yeah.
Old Wellington over here is a little Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah, he's from England.
Terriers, yes. But different.
They're probably related.
They're both terriers.
They didn't want him for the movie. We said no.
He wasn't even born. It was like 50,000 years ago.
Way before I was born.
It's
my
like 208 years ago. What?
I said it was my story and you interrupted it. Your truth.
Oh my god, it's 6 o'clock. Isn't this supposed to be over?
No, there's a whole half of an hour left.
Seriously,
You still got to get Io Sky out there. Not Io Sky, what's her name? The Kairi Sane.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that Perez gonna fight her? Bulldog?
No cow.
Or is that not tonight?
Crap. I have no idea.
I mean, I'm okay if they end this. Are they close? Look, he was filling a little horse.
Well, that's a hilarious Robbie joke right there. Robbie says, I have never watched Lady and the Tramp. Didn't get the hype when I was younger. It's fine. Nobody said you had to.
It wasn't a bad show. I just like the cats. They're in the cradle with the silver spoon.
Cats in the cradle with the silver spoon. How about doing something like that?
I know, I saw that. I thought about that.
That's
It's
crazy.
Just probably Cinderblocks, just whatever it's called.
I don't know if it would be that. You mean like them and then
Mortar? Or whatever it's called. Stucco, basically. You'd have to see.
I'd have to listen because they say that they give a breakdown of it in the
Send it to me.
video.
Unless I already sent it to you.
I don't know. You didn't send me anything.
Okay.
You just won't be able to listen to it.
It's fine. I can read.
No reading. That's stupid. Oh, God. James says, my niece wore out their Aristocats back in the day. Yeah. I could see that. Be like kitties.
So I have this app, this AI app that will make pictures for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like realistic. And this is other people's.
Okay.
Like literally as they're doing it. And there's some fucking perverts in this world.
You think?
Like, because this is like real people stuff, right? So like.
Right, they took somebody's thing and then.
No, like one of them was like a little girl with a skin tight, a 13-year-old girl with a skin tight swimming suit on. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, don't you have some sort of guidelines?
James says, on VHS. Does that show my age? Does it? What was before VHS? Beta. What was before beta?
They kind of were the same.
No, they were smaller, weren't they?
Betamax. Well, but they came out at the same time. It's just that one kept going. It's like Laserdisc or Blu-ray and DVD and porno-backed DVDs, so it became bigger. And then later on, Blu-ray came better.
What VHS did is made it so that people could rent movies.
Mm-hmm. That's
literally what VHS did. It literally made it so that people could go to a store and rent movies.
Yep.
That's where it got its biggest hype from.
Yep.
Was
Before
that
everything
right there.
was 35 millimeter
Yeah,
film,
and they didn't
and
let
it was
you.
reel
You
to
couldn't
reel.
watch a movie. You couldn't go to a store and get a movie. You
Right.
couldn't like just go to a store and buy a movie or go somewhere and rent a movie. You had to go to the movie theater to watch a movie. And once that movie was gone, it was gone. Unless they replayed it at a smaller venue or something, or something like that happened. Yeah. James is like, I remember VHS tape rewinders. You were rich. You were rich.
I had a rewinder.
I didn't have a rewinder. We were poor.
I think I was like a dollar.
Poor.
You had to have it, or your VCR would go bad.
Poor. We didn't have one. We were poor.
A VCR?
No, a rewinder. We didn't have a rewinder.
So then you had to put it in there and go.
Yeah, you just didn't do it right away. So after you played it, you didn't just rewind it because it will ruin the machine and the tape. Usually you want to rewind it like right before you take it back.
I just stick it in the rewinder and it.
We didn't have one.
I'm just telling you what we did.
I get what you did.
They weren't. You didn't have to be rich in the rewinder. Stop it.
You had to be rich.
They were like $3.
No, they
in
weren't.
the 80s.
No, they weren't. They were more than that. Robbie says Blockbuster. And Piccolo says prior to home video. Yeah, that's when drive-in theaters were prominent. Yeah, we had one for a long time and then they got rid of it. It was sad day. Sad day. Oh my god, why is this on my television? Ugh.
Oh, you don't know?
Seriously, no.
It's fat people. Was he fighting another fat person?
Probably. I have no idea.
Sami Zayn.
Oh god, that's Sammy.
Now fucking
Oh, it's Sammy and who though? Who's his friend? Oh, Penta. That's who.
Now they're doing the same thing AEW did.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking Wheeler Yuta here. Sami Zayn. Same mistakes.
It's true. Oh, did he? Breaker beat the Penta last week. Whoa.
Well, yeah. He speared him. Pinned him.
As James says, the dogs are loose. Yeah, old what's-his-face is out there barking
Old
away
Yeller.
at people. Piccolo says, we don't have to explain the spoiled current state of music, but yet here we are. Not the state of music spoiling. Robbie says, oh dear, what a main event. Is it the main event, though? Piccolo says, I see on an R post, I take it Reddit, how music stores had booths where you can sample listen to new CDs that came out. Yes.
Not in my lifetime that I'm aware of, though.
I don't remember them doing it with CDs. I know that they did it with records and stuff. They were a booth that you could go into. They had recording booths too, by the way, where you could go in and record your own music if you wanted to. Record on a vinyl and whatnot. But I don't remember our music store in our town, the CDs place and record place having a place where you could sample or listen to the music before you bought it. Piccolo says, I can remember going to the St. Nolans Virgin Megastore. Nice. Robbie says, yes, it is. And Piccolo says, it's the same one where they had a scene from Dracula 2000. Dracula. James says, no, they're airing Raw earlier tonight to tape SmackDown afterwards. But do you think they will show it early again anytime soon?
Maybe.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on how it all works out. Or if they need to do it for another reason. Happens.
Bling, bling. Why
Why?
is Rhea Ripley's stupid song in my mouth?
I have no idea why it's in your mouth. That's nasty, though.
I need to wash it out with soap.
I guess. So, could you have a corn on the cob eating contest?
Could I? I could, yes, because there's people that you could do it against. But would I? No.
So, I always have a hard time with it because I always feel like I'm going to choke because it's corn, right? And it's small, and like while you're eating it on the cob, you're like breathing kind of at the same time almost. So you're like, you know, and stuff. And so I always feel like you're going to choke.
I watched a person put a drill bit through it and put it up to their face so they could turn it on and eat it like that, and it ripped their front teeth out.
I couldn't imagine how that could happen. That's how I lost my 2 front teeth.
A corn cob drill.
Yeah, it was during a family thing at my grandma and grandpa's house. We're eating corn on the cob, and I lost one of my front teeth when I bit into the corn, and it was still in the cob. It was a baby tooth, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Robbie says he used to like record shops buying vinyl, the latest dance tunes. Pico says vinyl has been making a comeback. And James says, who else used to hold their tape recorder up to their radio?
Never. I had the tape decks on the same ghetto blaster as the radio, so I could just record it that way. But I know what you're talking about. I just never did it.
Me neither. Pico says you remember the long boxes CDs used to have so they could deter theft.
Yeah, I was literally talking to a friend about it on Saturday because he used to steal them anyways.
How did he get it out? Did he ever say?
Well,
like, well, there was a little key or something you used, right?
Well, yeah, but you could, it's plastic.
I understand, but still, then you sometimes could break the case of the CD too.
Right.
So, I guess it depends on if you wanted it to not be broken. I guess you could get some pretty strong nippers or something that you could do. Robbie says I have a couple vinyl unopened, and Pico says, oh no, never me. I just had a boombox with double cassette and CD player combo. Actually, another one I had was vintage with a record player on top. Nice.
I had that too.
Robbie says, so I used to insert the tape in and hit record to tape the radio.
Yeah, and then you just go back. Well, this is what I would do. And
if your boombox or whatever was made that way, yes, you could.
Right, and then it had the double tape deck if you had that one, and then I could stop it right in time, put the clear, whatever they're called, the blank tape in this side, and then dub it over. Then I could fast forward through the stupid songs, and then find another good song, rewind it to the start of it, and then do it again, and then you'd have your mixtapes. Literally how I made them. Because of the radio. There's really nothing cooler than having that like old tape you find, you put it in, and it's got the radio DJ on it or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, I totally remember that guy.
Pico says,
this is Casey.
Weekly top 40. Robbie says, yeah, as they are mint condition, so the vinyl will be worth money. That makes sense. I mean,
$12.
That's why they're unopened.
me. My stuff won't work. I can't watch any television. That's what that noise is.
Oh.
The band.
Oh. Weird. Interesting. Piccolo says, my dad bought me a vinyl of either it was Starship, Knee Deep in the Hoopla, or Miami Vice soundtrack. And I think it worked a bit because we left it out in the sun too long. This was like summer of 86 or so. Oh, man.
It was the summer of 69.
86.
It was the summer of 86.
There you go. Yeah, that'll happen if you leave them out in the heat. They'll possibly warp.
Oh, yeah.
Or get too cold. It ruins them too. Yeah, they're finicky little things, just like any other media. Oh no, not as agileness. So bad.
I need to start putting it in crystals.
You're gonna put crystals?
And then I can't ruin it. Write it in the glass of the crystal. It's a thing. It's real.
In what? The crystal of what?
The Fortress of Solitude.
Apparently.
But no, it's the real thing. They've been putting data on crystals. It's a newer thing.
And do what with them?
Read the data off of it when you need it. It's
like an actual crystal?
Yeah.
Like just a quartz crystal? They're like, I like this crystal. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna put stuff on it.
So they put
And
their
they just like
they put all the information on it, and then they put
what's that movie where the crystal is like the power thing? But it has to be so long or whatever.
Superman.
Is that what it is?
Well, I mean that's how Superman's shit works.
Is with a crystal inside of something?
It
Like a
works.
battery? It looks like a battery. Not like that thick, but you know what I mean. Like it goes between prongs to like power something.
Oh, I think yeah, I know what you're saying, but I don't know what movie that is.
So there was the cat from outer space. His spaceship ran off of gold.
Oh,
And it had to be like that.
like a battery.
So it had to be like small. It had to be like thin and long. And then it went into a thing like a battery. Robbie's like, Starship, nothing's gonna stop us now. Pure cheese of a tune. People's like, it's so good though. LOL.
And it's no forever. Nothing's gonna stop it now.
Yeah.
Never heard it.
Never. Sounds terrible.
Stop us now.
Nobody's gonna stop it. You got it in his head now. You can't get it out.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
James says, who's looking forward to WWE Evolution next Sunday? Not me.
It's not next Sunday. Wait, what day is this?
Today is the 30th of June.
So it's not next Sunday. It's the Sunday. It's the 13th. But we could be doing it. Depends on Danny.
I'm not doing it.
Aletha really wants to do it, but I'm not going to let her. Because she'll be negative to those poor girls and lower their self-esteem.
Probably. So, no.
So we have to just be careful, be out on watch.
Pico's like, blah, my scheme all along. Getting weird songs stuck in Travis's head, so he has to sing them to us all the time.
It's a dick move. Oh, Sammy, you're so good of a wrestler. So amazing.
What do you consider the best scene in Shaun of the Dead?
When they're walking, when they leave the bar.
As zombies? What do you mean?
They don't leave the bar as zombie. No, they just leave the bar and it's.
When he wakes up?
What the fuck are you talking about? They're out drinking.
Uh-huh.
They're just having a good time and they're walking down the road. They're going home. And there's a real zombie coming down the street. But they don't know he's real and he's like, then they're like, and then they just keep walking. They just ignore like that it's happening. They go home, and then the next day when they wake up, they turn the TV on, and people are dying and getting eaten and shit. And they're like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think they were watching that part. Were they watching all that?
What are you talking about?
I know. I'm trying to remember what they were, if that was on yet, or if they turned it to anything like that yet. What about before the girl in the garden?
Right.
Was that while they were watching that on the TV? Because they seem no.
I mean, it's at the exact time.
I thought it was right after that.
That they watched the TV.
Yeah.
Maybe it might. They might have went out.
Knowing, trying to figure out what's going on.
And they're trying to kill him.
This guy wanted to know the Shaun of the Dead best scene, and it's the girl in the garden.
With a hole in her?
No. Well, I don't know. She might have a hole in her somewhere.
Yeah, when she falls on the thing and he thinks he killed her, and she gets up and they put a hole in
yeah.
her. Yeah. I always wondered why zombies are so much, like, weaker than humans. Like, okay, like, if you died, your flesh is the same, you know, if I was to stick you with a tube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yet when they're zombies, like, it rips through them like they're nothing. Every zombie movie I've ever seen, they just break easier.
Because speaking of records, they're sifting through the ones they want to throw at the zombie in their yard. Yes.
Yeah. And no, not that one.
No, that one. I like that one.
And that's an original. He's like.
They're all breaking them, and they finally get one and like chops in his head. You're like, good lord.
There's another one. I don't think you could penetrate somebody's head with a record if you just threw it. I mean, you could cut them.
Yes. Pico says possibly a hot take, but I kind of like Hot Fuzz more. At least it's more rewatchable. Robin says if you get a chance to watch a UK movie called Cashback, it's such a quality film.
That's funny. But no, I'd rather watch Shaun of the Dead than that one. I do like it, though, the Hot Fuzz one.
Was that the one I introduced you to?
It's the cop one.
Which one of his was it that you hadn't seen? Was it that one?
All of them, basically, yeah. There's another one where they bar hop.
Oh, yeah, huh.
But I don't know that one. And then obviously Paul or whatever, but I don't know if they're both in Paul.
I don't remember.
I can't remember if the little skinny guy is in Paul. I know the heavier guy is.
Maybe he is Paul.
No, that's what Rogan. Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's so hard to watch again. That wasn't him. If that was anybody else, I'd like that show.
Good for you, buddy. Kill him. Murder with murders.
Oh, he ran right into a kick. Braun's dead. It's over. 1, 2, 3 around. Oh, no! Bronson Reed with the save. Like Mariano Rivera.
Pico says, Paul is okay. Seth Rogen, meh. Truth. That's totally truth.
Yeah, he's a hard one. However he laughs.
Mm-hmm. Where'd Penta go? Is he dead?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Penta
as long
died.
as Sammy gets pinned, it's all that really matters.
They thought it was so cool because he like did that move on that big guy, but then he got his ass beat. It was hilarious. Was this the end? Or is there more?
No, that's it.
Is that...
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. They gotta beat up Penta first. Oh God, there he goes. They put a hole in him. Now is Rey Fenix gonna come down and help him? They need to do something with Rey. There he goes up top to do a tsunami. Uh-oh, somebody's coming.
Oh, good, it's that guy coming to save him. Everybody wants to see this guy. I'm surprised they're not yeeting. Oh, they're yeeting all over the place in the audience.
He comes down through the crowd, people. Oh, no, he is coming down through the ramp.
Yeah, he didn't come through the crowd. He came through the ramp. Oh, no. He's hurting people with his weirdness.
I hope Braun spears him and breaks his ribs later. Yee.
Oh my god, he's totally doing stuff. Robbie's like eating all over our screen and making stupid faces.
All over. You're rubbing your butt.
No, it's not my butt. It's my leg, and I'm scratching it.
It's over.
All right, that's everything.
Bye.
We'll be back on
No.
Wednesday.
We'll never be back.
All right, just so you guys know, SmackDown this week is
Canceled.
canceled. They're going to pre-record it. We will not be here on Friday at all for it being recorded, and it's the 4th of July, and we don't want to spend our night doing that. Anyways, we will be here Wednesday, though, for AEW Dynamite, so hopefully we'll see you guys then. Have a great rest of your Monday night and evening. We'll see you Wednesday.
Thanks for